Some of the most effective tools you can use to achieve in life are completely free, available to everyone, and hardly anyone utilizes them. If you follow every recommendation on this list, we guarantee that within 6 months you will have undergone a total transformation. Vision. The most essential tool you can utilize to stay on track is where we'll start. Everyone believes they have a vision of their ideal life or of the person they want to become, but frequently, this vision is just a blurry image of something they recently saw on Instagram. It's not something you personally desire, but rather something you believe successful people possess. A great idea is something that makes you excited, something you fantasize about, something that will give you a complete sense of accomplishment. It must be significant to you and deeply personal, such as having enough money to retire your parents or creating a successful company around the one thing that truly interests you. You see, a lack of vision affects not only motivation, but also direction. If you don't have any place to be, it can be challenging to move yourself. The typical person underestimates the value of having a vision because they believe it is just for the most successful or those who take life too seriously. What would having a vision be useful for if you were just an ordinary Joe? When you have a vision, you allow for potential. If you take some time to reflect on it, you'll realize that you do have something you'd really like to happen for yourself. Perhaps it's giving up your 9-to-5 job and starting a side hustle to cover your essential expenses. Maybe it's providing a wonderful environment for your children. Perhaps it involves backpacking throughout the world and recording the experience. Once you give it some thought and allow this option to enter your mind, you'll have something to work with, my friend. What prevents the majority of people from developing is a lack of vision and a distorted idea of what is genuinely attainable.
Goals.
A goal serves as the actual destination if your vision is your North Star. It is something that can be quantified and examined. For instance, finishing the Spartan race would fulfill your ideal of looking and feeling athletic. In case you weren't aware, the Spartan race is a series of challenges that test your strength, speed, and endurance. Your progress will be greatly impacted by laying out a number of specific goals for yourself. It's what each and every top achiever makes use of on a yearly basis. Less than 1% of people actually achieve their life goals. They don't have the right framework, the right tools, and not even the right goals at times. If the vision's job is to keep you motivated, the goal's job is to keep you accountable.
Smaller goals. Making it to the next tree is the small objective if the overall goal is to finish the race. Regular runners understand what we're talking about. Micro goals, as it turns out, take up the majority of your time. Even though you won't reach your goal today, you still need to take a small step, a micro goal, toward it. Tens of micro goals that move the needle forward occupy the majority of our time on any given day of the week.
A micro goal is something you can complete right now with the resources and skills you have. Speaking with other business owners and high achievers, I learned that they set a minimum of 3 micro goals each day and consider it a success if they accomplish even one of them. But keep in mind that a micro goal should also, be beneficial. Even if getting out of bed in the morning is vital, it isn't truly a micro goal. Systems.
These are rules and processes that you can always rely on to help you know what to do and when to do it. Or to put it another way, it's a means of doing things. You may have developed a routine to ensure that you always begin your day with a little run. For instance, if you run to the closest coffee shop every morning to grab your coffee. It must also be able to be repeated and documented. Since you should be performing this daily, or at least weekly, you need it to be repeatable.
You also need it to be documented in case you ever need someone else to perform this task for you. Building effective systems around your work will provide you 2 major advantages. One benefit is that you save time by not having to think about what you need to do each day. And secondly, it keeps you on course without your needing to worry about it. Journaling.
How much time do you spend in your thoughts debating, making plans, changing those plans, making new plans, and so on? Be truthful with yourself.
Starting a journal is the easiest method to break out of this loop because thinking about something is a sneaky way to feel like you're working without actually doing anything. It's like collecting memories in a large bowl after removing them from your mind. By journaling, you effectively confine your thoughts to the physical plane for analysis. It gives you tremendous clarity and allows you to reflect without feeling as though you are drowning in your own thoughts from an objective standpoint.
How many times have you read something that really resonated with you, but you didn't write it down and it left your mind?
Lower hanging fruit. Here's something we heard some time ago and have been using ever since. Do it now if it takes less than 5 minutes. These are referred to as low-hanging fruit, a task that is simple to complete and equally simple to put off till eternity. We've all been guilty of this at some point. Things that are not urgent at the moment or don't have much of an impact can be put off very easily. But as you can see, it's as simple to complete them in one big sweep. When little problems are ignored over an extended period of time, it often happens that they grow into major issues. One unopened email can quickly result in a major opportunity being lost. We have witnessed it before.
Outside accountability.
Try to picture yourself starting a difficult journey by yourself without any assistance or support. Intimidating, isn't it? Outside accountability enters the picture here. Having a support system can make all the difference, whether they be coaches, mentors, coworkers, or friends. You see, you get a strong sense of devotion and obligation when you display your work for others to view. The knowledge that others are watching your development might inspire you to remain persistent and committed to your goals. This external accountability keeps you on track by acting as a strong motivator. If you promise the world that you will finish this by the end of the year, it would be somewhat embarrassing if you didn't, wouldn't it? Visual signals. The modest whiteboard is one of the most important tools for remaining on track. You can always find one in the office of any highly effective person, a large white surface covered in text and illustration.
Consider your whiteboard as a notebook that has been amplified. Planning your processes, keeping track of stuff, and making sure you don't forget anything will greatly assist you. Because, as you can see, you can't rely on your ability to recall every single detail. This is the one if you're looking for a cheap gadget that has a significant impact on your success. The whiteboard is a productivity gateway and an educational oasis.
It takes on the role of your personal professor, helping you through the maze of responsibilities.
Its vastness enables you to accelerate your development, envision your objectives, and simplify difficult concepts.
Last but not least, micro-learning. When you don't know how something works, you can use Google to find out how it works. So many people are afraid to find out things for themselves. They think that if they don't know something and no one is around to teach them, it's either a lost cause or not their job. Trust us when we say that you'll never learn anything if you're always waiting for someone to teach you. You just have to do it yourself sometimes. Most of the time, it's okay. Micro-learning is a useful skill and a good way to learn. We still buy classes, read books, watch videos, and talk to people who are smarter than us, and we do all of these things on purpose. This has helped us a lot to move quickly and safely. Your life will change a lot in any way you use these tools. Pick what works for you and get to work.
Discover your why. Find out why you want to do something.
Because it all comes down to why you're doing this in the end. Find that deep, secret, and personal drive. Maybe you want to show them they're wrong. Maybe you want to break the chain of failure and be the one who made it. Or maybe it's just personal pride. Keep that why close to you and use it to fuel your growth.